Hey, what's up? It's Trent Sanderson. You are tuned into the infamous Living Realm Network. Divine powers are always working for us because we're trying to do right. Okay, so every month here on the infamous Living Realm Network, we do a challenge, right? And so this month's challenge is the I Am Rich Challenge, where we are changing our subconscious mind. You know, the subconscious mind. Yeah, subconscious mind, the part of you that thinks for you when you don't really have to think, you know, something like that. But anyway, we're transforming our subconscious mind to make us automatically feel as though and think as though we are wealthy or rich, so to speak, because the problem is we were born into a family or a culture or a society where it makes us feel like we aren't rich, and so in return, we never really got around to attracting those riches to us because, you know, the law of attraction is all about, you know, whatever you think, that's what you receive. You know, whatever you believe, that's what you receive. You know what I mean? You got to believe in stuff that's not even there and it just comes to you. Like, and all of a sudden, we just started learning this law of attraction stuff. All of a sudden, it's like, man, I wish I would have knew this when I was younger. So that's what we're doing here this month. This is the end of the month. This is the, like, I think the 29th or the 30th of October, whatever day I upload this video. And so we're just ending it up. And so we're gonna end this video out, you know, telling each other what would we do with $1 billion. So let's get right down into it. What would I do with $1 billion? Oh yeah, make sure you speak up, let your voice be heard. Let us know what you think. You know, what would you do with $1 billion? Everybody always say what they're gonna do with the money. How about let's write it out? Let's tell each other exactly what we will do with $1 billion in a comment below. Oh, and press like before you leave and subscribe so you can stay updated to all the new videos that we upload here every 24 hours here on the infamous Living Realm Network. But the first thing I would do if I just got that mail, that check, you know, that contract deal, whatever you want to call it, hit the lottery, man, I'm gonna tell you straight up what I would do if I won $1 billion. Well, somebody just gave it. Okay, the first thing I would know I would do, like, is like remain sane. Like, that's one of the first things I would have to do personally is remain sane, because when you get like $1 million or $1 billion, it's like you don't even really wouldn't even know how to think about it, because nothing has ever happened like this since the great beginning of the sperm cell when you first came into the world. Like, nothing as great has ever happened, you know. And it's like, man, my mind automatically has to start thinking, what should I do with this much money, when I'm so used to just this much money? Like, I never really had any money. You know, if you grew up like me, man, I still do it to this day a little bit. You eat oodles to noodles, you eat oodles to noodles, which is ramen noodles. Man, I can remember like putting sugar on my freaking slices of bread when I was hungry. Like, or I can remember like eating ice when I was hungry because there was nothing in the refrigerator. Like, talk about hard times. really hard times. Have anybody ever eaten a mayonnaise sandwich? Yeah, that's what you do when you don't have any bologna or turkey. You eat a mayonnaise sandwich. Yeah, it's good. But anyway, yo, like, anyway, man, this $1 million like will blow my mind. So the first thing I would have to do is like maintain my sanity. So I personally would go out and get me like a, you know, like a psychotherapist or a therapist or a counselor. I actually get all of them. I get a life coach. You know, I get like a every other day counselor. I get a therapist. You know, I'll get the people around me that can assure that my health will be stable. Oh, I'll even go hire me like a, you know, a nutritionist. You know, somebody who could be responsible for my, you know, nutrition intake, because I know once I get this money, man, it's gonna be a lot of bottles being popped. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I maintain a healthy attitude with gratitude so that I can stay on the edge of latitude, if you know what I mean. So I would definitely have to make sure that I get people around me that know how to take care of me, because when you get $1 billion, you just get lazy. You just don't want to do anything. You just walk around, smile, you got your new clothes on, you just like, hey, I don't want to talk. I just have this like really bougie, uptight attitude. Only thing you know how to do is just take pictures, like, money over here, money over here. No, hold on. I don't even gotta say that. Just anyway. So you just get this like really bougie attitude where it's like you don't have to do something because you are up to nothing, because you don't have nothing to do. something like that, you know. So first things first, setting up people around you to know how to, you know, handle your responsibilities, because you don't have any more responsibilities. The next thing I would do is, I know you're probably thinking of this, you know, get you an accountant, somebody who can help you control and handle the money. You're always supposed to make sure that you have somebody around you that can handle the finances. Like, if you're like me, I can barely count to 1,000, 1,000, 50,000 and 6. I started to try to like trip a little bit. I started to like have relapses. Like, the educational system never taught me to be able to count to 1,000. Like, only thing we would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, like I was kind of like, you know, 21 Savage a little bit. I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account. That's the only thing I know is like 1 through 8. So it's just, you know, you're just kind of remedial when it comes to money. I wasn't good in algebra. You know, I don't even know how I completed math class to this day. Maybe I cheated so much that I thought I was smart. I passed like with flying colors with a C plus, C minus, because Mary Qapital was so good at like passing tests that I just got hip to studying her paper, and I started to feel like I was her a little bit. You know, when I took the test, I would come to class, I would be, you know, dressed up, ready to go, take my test, really smart looking, like I was gonna pass the test, because I knew I was gonna pass the test. I was gonna cheat like hell today. I was gonna cheat like hell, and that's just what I did. That's how I passed. Never would I ever thought I would have the knowledge to become a YouTuber and actually tell people about things that I cheated off somebody else's paper for, like algebra. You know what I mean? Like, we can't count. So it's like, when we get this $1 billion, the first thing we want to do is get us an accountant, you know, financial advisor. You know, like Kendrick Lamar says, I've been counting broccoli with my accountant or something like that. You know, and so like, you want to be able to count this broccoli with somebody who won't eat all your broccoli too at the same time. So make sure that there's some very considerable, reliable, trustworthy accountants, you know, financial advisors, anybody around you who can handle money. The next thing I would do if I had $1 billion, what I would do is, I have a really good friend of mine, and she is kind of like a lawyer. Just say she has a law degree, and she does contracts. She negotiates contracts. Now, I never even knew that a job title existed like this until I met her, and she kind of educated me on, you know, like actually being able to have a job that can read contracts. I'm like, man, I thought just like lawyers did that. She was like, yeah, I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm like, oh, okay, well, can you teach me how to read contracts? She's like, no, you have to go to school and try to become a lawyer in order to read the contract the way I do. I say, well, damn, that's me. She was like, or you could just hire me. So I was like, oh yeah, no wonder I met you. No wonder the law of attraction has brought me into your life, because when I started making a lot of money, I'm dumb when it comes down to contracts. So you definitely want to get you somebody around you who know how to read contracts, because when you got so much money, you're going to want to buy everything. You want to buy cars, you want to buy houses, mansions for your mama, your sister, your brother. Everybody's going to want to come up to you to get something. You're going to be coming out with these new businesses and stuff. And the first thing you're going to get is a contract handed to you. And you're going to be able to have to read it and know the fine print. And so if you're not really a good vocabulariist, you don't really know words like that, only words you know is to, go, slow, happy, money, and sunny, you're going to be very bummy when it comes down to your contract deal, and you're not going to have any money at the end of the day because you didn't read the contract right. You've heard of plenty of people who got in contracts and didn't have any money, and they were very famous, right? That's what I'm talking about. So you want to make sure that you get somebody around you who knows how to read contracts. Okay, now I'm gonna lighten up a little bit since this is the I Am Rich Challenge this month. Guys, make sure you speak up, let your voice be heard, and let us know what you think about $1 billion, or let us know what you think if you won $1 billion, or if somebody just, you know, gave you $1 billion like at the crack of their ass. But anyway, like I don't think that's gonna ever happen. You kind of gotta like, you know, shit it out yourself, and you gotta work hard to really get $1 billion if you want to go that route. But if you just luck up, you inherit a lot of cash, you know, you're fed a silver spoon, and you just are this incredible person with all these talents and gifts, and you just get $1 billion like Bill Gates because you create this computer gadget software, nanotechnology and you just become like world famous for some idiotic, really simplistic, stupid, modern day technology type shit, you know, then you wouldn't have this conversation right now. But $1 billion is a lot of money. You know, a lot of people think that $1 million is a lot of money. Now, it is a lot of money because I'm broke. You're broke too, I think. If you're not broke, please donate. I'm gonna leave the donation link at the very bottom in the description section. And I say that with all sincerity because we do need more camera equipment. But anyway, you definitely want to make sure that you are prepared to inherit billions of dollars before you actually get it. Or did I already say that? The one thing that I like to do when I get money is spend it. Spend it on material things like cars, jewelry, clothes, and stuff like that. I mean, we all like to look nice, so you are gonna have to have a budget when you go out. If you got like $100,000 in cash just to spend out the bank and you go straight to the mall, chances are you're gonna spend about 50,000 of it. And then if you spend another 50,000 at another mall, then guess what? That's $100,000. You just spent all that money on what? Gucci, Fendi, Prada, $700 Bond Number 9 cologne. Yeah, stuff like that. It adds up super duper fast. Oh yeah, you ain't just going to the mall by yourself because you need people to carry your bag. So guess who you're gonna take with you? Your friends. And then guess what? They're gonna say, gimme, wah. I'm not just gonna look at you with this necklace. Can I have just a little tennis bracelet, please? Would you please, baby? I love you. She gonna want a ring, you know, a couple of them. Especially if you have on a lot of jewelry, and especially if you're, you know, dressed really, really professional. Like, she's gonna want a dope ass pantsuit. I mean, she gonna want the best of the best. She want the one with diamonds on the lining and shit. Like, she wants the real deal dress, like the see-through transparency, you know, integrated Ventrex heat, air conditioner pockets type pantsuit. Yeah, she wants the real deal, buddy. So you're gonna have to make sure that you accommodate for the people that are around you, your friends, the people that have to carry the bags. Oh, and you can't go by yourself. You must have security with you. So ching, 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 more money. But anyway, another thing I would do if I had $1 billion is, I know my family is gonna start, you know, walking up to me and want money and stuff like that and have requests. One thing I would do is, I would give, you might want to take my advice. I would give the closest family members a lump sum of cash. I'm not going to tell you who those family members are, but I give like 3 family members who I'm very close with a lump sum of cash, and I would tell them to divvy out the money to the rest of the family. I would tell them to create the businesses for the rest of the family. That way it won't hold me responsible for just, you know, the guy who has all the money and not giving anybody any. No, I gave like 300 million to Sammy, and I gave 200 million to Tammy, and I gave like 500 million to Dan. So what do you mean? I'm just a billionaire who gave out all my money to my family. So you guys should talk amongst them and talk about what y'all gonna do. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you set yourself apart from your family. I mean, at least financially, you know, so they won't be knocking on your door at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get, you know, $10. Another thing I would do if I was a billionaire, man, is I would have a house in every country. Like, not a big house. Like, I mean, when a black person say house, he mean like just somewhere to stay, because, but no, I'm good, seriously. Like, what I mean when I say house is like somewhere just to stay, period, like an apartment or something, a condo, penthouse. You know, I would have a penthouse over in China. You know, I would have a condo in Manhattan, New York. I would have, you know, somewhere to stay out there in California, you know, the southern part of California, where it's always nice and cool and sunny and stuff like that. You know, but I don't think I'll never get no house nowhere where it's really cold out, like with snow. Like, I cannot stand that shit. I love the heat. Definitely have to get a place in Miami Beach, Florida, South Beach. Oh my God, I love the South Beach. That way I can globetrot all the way around the world. Like, you know, if the sun goes down over here, I can go where the sun coming up over here. You know, or if it's raining over here, I can go where it's not raining over here. You know, stuff like that. That's what billionaires do. Next thing I would do is I would definitely, you know, get me a jet in order to do all this. I would get me a jet like Tai Lopez or something like that. You know, just to be able to, you know, go commute all the way around the world and not have to worry about gas. But don't we have to still pay for gas if we in an airplane? Yeah. My bad. You know, I ain't never had nothing, yo. Oh, but like, let me double back around to the very beginning. Like, one thing that I would do from the very jump is try to come up with some type of blueprint for the companies that I want to create. Like, I would sit down with a team of people, business owners, CEOs and stuff like that. I would start CEOs, companies up. I would give them startups and stuff like that, but they would have to definitely be under my dictatorship. At the same time, you know what I mean, I would still let them run their companies the way they want to run their companies. As long as I'm getting, a percentage of their income, then I would start up 10 CEOs companies, and I would have a team for every last one of them to oversee them, and make sure that they're giving me my money. Now, seriously, at the end of the day, man, like, I believe that everybody deserves a chance, and so that's why I would definitely help out other CEOs and stuff like that, because I wish somebody could give me a startup, to run my company that I wanted to create. Another thing I would do is I would never forget where I come from. I'm a big believer in nonprofit organizations, and I really believe in tax write-offs, and so I would definitely give to churches, and I would give to nonprofit organizations. I'm a humanitarian at heart, and I can't forget the fact that there are always people struggling every single day who were once in that place that I was in, and that's just life, man. But it's not like they don't deserve a chance. I believe that everybody deserves a chance, man. I do. Some people just don't know how to go about getting there yet. So you could be a major help to somebody else's life by just, donating to a nonprofit organization or something like that. I definitely believe in that. Anyway, I ain't gonna say too much more. I can go on and on and on. If I had $1 billion, man, oh man, just know I won't be the same. Just know I won't be the same. Y'all see me right now, like, y'all see this, my low positive energy. Man, my lip out like that, man. Just know I won't be the same, folks. I won't be the same. This is the Iron Rich Challenge. I'm Trending Tennis, another infamous Living Realm Network. Please make sure you subscribe. In the meantime, I'll see you next time. Oh, speak up, let your voice be heard. Let us know what you would do if you had $1 billion. I'll see you in 24 hours, y'all. Peace.